This is Brother Jackie again, and Brother Steve, and Brother CJ. We just got through speaking on the military maneuvers that's going on with the foreign troops. This is session number what? Series
Well, this
number
would be
5?
This would be the last one, 5.
This is probably the last one for this series. What we wanted to speak about is are we being invaded by the Russians and the Chinese on the inside? We know that in the Bible, it may be in Jeremiah, but in one of the scriptures it says, "You shall sleep a perpetual sleep and never wake." It's talking about the people that have turned against God and have rejected God, His mercy and His grace. We know that the sleeping bear is rising up. What I believe is happening to America is the final plan of America's, the destruction of America, is taking place now, right up and under our nose.
That's right.
First of all, what I wanted to say is we have been lured to sleep. We believe that that we are set up, and that even our soldiers and our military have believed a lie by working with allowing the Communist Party in the door. What that means, they're already here in the door, and we in our military believes that they are our friends, so that they work together, while all the while they're going to turn on us. They're already here, and when the Chinese and the Russians do come, the rest of the army, well, then it's going to be easy to take us out. It's not going to take much to take us out. So we have, by our sin and rejecting God, are actually asleep today, while the enemy is awake. The Russians and the Chinese, and they know what they're going to do, and they're planned to take us over. And one morning we're going to wake up, and we're going to find ourselves invaded, and the Russians and the Chinese already on the inside. No wonder the concentration camps they built, all these concentration camps. They're making us think, the military, our government, think that they're going to help us, when all the while they're going to actually turn on our own military and take over, as be right on the inside. And this is going to allow the rest of the Communist Party to come right on in and take over. That's what I believe that's going on with this military maneuvering right now. They're putting the tanks, all these thousands of tanks on the West Coast. Come on, you're not going to use them against your own people. You're preparing to fight nations. You're preparing to fight a war here. And so, with the Russians right in the door, and the Chinese helping us put those tanks right where they know they can what?
Destroy them.
And destroy them and take them over. Then they'll have complete control over the tanks and everything that we have. And so, this is what I'm seeing that's happening right up under our nose. This is the judgment of the United States of America, Babylon.
That's right.
For the people that do not come out of her, you better do something, child of God, because God's not speaking to the world; He's speaking to His church. And we're here to warn you and tell you, give you the latest updates on what is happening up and under our nose, as the enemy is going to stab us in the back very soon. So I'm going to switch it over. Maybe CJ's got something on his heart here.
What I see is like a modern day Trojan horse scenario. They have slipped in right up underneath our nose and are just awaiting, and the same outcome is going to take place as it did then. History repeating itself. America has fallen asleep. This is judgment coming, and it's been coming for a long time, and it's here. And so we need to be aware of what's going on, like Brother Jackie said, right up underneath our very noses.
Amen. And thank you, brother. We need to stay ahead of this beast. Matter of fact, we need to be coming out of her now. We need to move with fear like Noah did for the saving of our houses, or a loved one, or your child, or whatever, your family. To save your house. Save yourself from this underworld generation. Brother Steve may have something to come in on here.
Back in the 50s, President Eisenhower described the nature of our country. He called it the military-industrial complex. And Khrushchev, when he came to the United Nations and he pounded his shoe on the table in front of the United Nations, he vowed that the communists of Russia would take over our country without a shot being fired, that he would do it from within. And as you can very well see, that those prophecies by that communist in New York City during the 1950s is coming true, that our own leaders have plotted with the leaders of these communist countries of Red China and the Red Army of Russia to take over this land and take it for a spoil. As Putin and the now president of China came to Iowa, and they both wanted the fields of opportunity. They want this land. They want to take it for a spoil for themselves. And they have no regard for you, your families, or the things that you've worked for generations. They just want to take it over. So, as you can see, we've been set up. According to the National Association of Realtors last year, the Chinese bought more real estate homes, more realty, $12 billion worth last year than any other group in the history of our land. Mm-hmm. And they're moving these citizens of theirs, of China, into our land. In other words, they're setting us up with their own population to turn on us. We are going to be betrayed. Our military-industrial complex has been betrayed. All of our jobs have been shipped to China and overseas by our leaders, and we have been set up to be lulled to sleep, to be invaded, and one day, like Brother Jackie had said previously, you're going to wake up, and it's going to be upon you.
They're going to be here. Something else came to me a while ago about this takeover. Steve, you have anything else in your heart?
Well, I think the thing that kind of rattles us all this weekend after we came back down from Wisconsin, came through South Carolina, and encountered all these military maneuvers going on all over the country, and the positioning of foreign troops and the positioning of military hardware and readiness centers being made on alert and maneuvers going on, that war is being prepared for on our own shores, and people don't even know it because they're asleep.
That's right.
They have been lulled to sleep by this beast government that we are serving, by sports, by the pleasures of this world, by the delusion that the good life is our protection, and actually it's the good life that is our delusion.
Yes, and I'd like to say something. When you see the governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, leave office, you can bet something is going on. As he went to Russia, and he was seen in the car with Medvedev, and they were joking, but they were not joking. They were saying terminate, and they were laughing about this. So if that don't tell you anything, what's going on for a governor now, California, to up and leave, and because he knows what's coming to America, all I can say is you better wake up now. That one morning we're going to wake up, and there's going to be a complete takeover of this nation, and we know that it's going to be like the final Holocaust, that they're not going to have pity upon the womb. They're not going to show any mercy whatsoever upon the womb or anything. So I guess what we've got to say here to conclude this series is we better take heed. We better turn to the Lord.
That's right.
We better seek Him now while He can be found, because the
He's
day of grace is coming to a close.
He's your only protection.
And
Only hope.
we are on our knees every day. We're pressing. We're going to press in. So we ask that you join us and check our website out at www.wildernessmountainministry.org. There will be updates. There will be changes soon. There will be under the RSS feeds a regular newsletter, update newsletter report weekly. And you'll want to check that out. You'll also find new videos, YouTubes. We now have from the world bankers who said 15 years ago, you Americans, rats. That's all you talk about. Soon, you're going to know what it's like to have no rats. You may want a copy of that also. So just write me and let me know. And please send an offering for the cost of these tapes. And so, I guess, how many minutes we got, brothers?
1 minute.
About 1 minute left. So, Steve, you want to give out our information? We could use some laborers, and we could use some support here to feed the remnant and help the people get into their places that we have prepared by God. So, Steve?
As you can see, the harvest is great, the laborers are few. And we have no more time to put off. We're at the end of time. So you can contact us at www.wildernessmountainministry.org, and on that website you'll find an email address. Also, contact phone numbers, area code 843-599-9881 or area code 715-567-0808. We'd be happy to talk to you and join us and come with us and partner with us for this opportunity that we have to save lives in this end time.
Okay, till the next time, we've hoped that you've enjoyed this series of messages on the coming invasion of America. This is Brother Jackie, Brother Steve, Brother CJ at wildernessmountainministry.org. Till the next time, God bless and shalom.
Shalom.